She only asked for leftover food. What her boss discovered changed everything. In the bustling city of Enugu, where fine buildings cast long shadows over hidden slums, there stood a five-star restaurant called the Silver Fork. The place was the pride of the city, glassy, elegant, and always buzzing with wealthy guests. Every evening, the air was filled with the aroma of grilled seafood, exotic sauces, and freshly baked bread. Behind all that elegance, unseen by the guests and barely noticed by the staff, worked Amina. She was a cleaner, quiet, respectful, always punctual. Her brown and cream uniform was always neat, though the soles of her shoes were nearly gone. She kept her head down, her words few. But every night, without fail, she would knock softly on the kitchen door and whisper, "Please, is there any leftover food I can take home?" No one knew her story. No one asked. And she never asked for money, just food. One quiet Thursday night, after the last guest had left and the restaurant was dim, the owner, Chief Duru, stepped out of his office. A tall, well-dressed man in his late 40s, Chief Duru was known for his quiet authority. His black Lexus SUV was parked out front, shining under the street lamp. That night, he saw Amina standing near his car. Not close, but clearly waiting. "Excuse me," he said, narrowing his eyes. "Why are you standing here?" Amina lowered her gaze.
"I'm sorry, sir," she said.
"I was only waiting to ask if I could take some leftover food home. Just what's not needed." Chief Dura blinked. Not a raise. Not a complaint. Just food? He nodded slowly. "Go ahead." "Thank you, sir," she whispered, bowing slightly as she turned back into the kitchen. But something about her stayed with him. That voice, gentle, tired. Her hands, folded, humble. Her eyes, hiding something deep. He didn't know why, but he waited. Then, when she emerged 10 minutes later with 2 small nylon bags, he followed her. Lights off. Engine low. Quiet. She boarded a yellow bus. He followed discreetly. From the bright, clean roads to the dusty back streets, the journey took almost 30 minutes. The bus stopped in a rundown part of town. Amina got off and walked into a narrow lane with no lights, no cars, no sound but the breeze. Chief Duru stepped out of his SUV and followed on foot. What he saw made him stop cold. Amina walked into a crumbling building with no proper roof, no door, no windows. Then, suddenly, 2 barefoot little girls ran out of the darkness and strayed into her arms. "Mama," they shouted in joy. He watched her drop the bag, bend down, hug them tightly, and kiss their cheeks. Inside, through a crack in the broken wall, Chief Duru saw her break the little food into 2 equal portions, 1 piece of chicken, some jollof rice. The girls ate hungrily. Amina? She didn't touch a thing. She just sat there, watching them eat, smiling softly.
Tired. Hungry.
But grateful. Chief Duru stepped back, stunned. His chest felt heavy. She didn't eat, it was all for them. That night, he couldn't sleep. The next morning, Amina was back at work. Sweeping, scrubbing, polishing tables like usual. Smiling when needed. But Chief Duru's heart wasn't at rest. He called his HR manager. "I want a salary review. Every cleaner, every server, every kitchen hand. No one should be going home hungry in my name." "Yes, sir," the HR replied, surprised. A few days later, he called Amina into his office. She came in nervously, fidgeting with her apron. "Good morning, sir." "Sit down, Amina," he said gently. She sat slowly, unsure. "Amina, I followed you home that night," he said, watching her reaction. Her face dropped. Her hands trembled. She looked down. "Sir, I wasn't trying to steal or do anything wrong. I was only..." You did nothing wrong, he interrupted, his voice warm. You are an amazing mother, and you deserve more than what you've been given. He handed her a letter. Amina opened it slowly. Her lips parted in disbelief. Executive assistant to the managing director? She read aloud. Yes, he smiled. Better pay. A better future. And that's not all. He handed her a brown envelope. I bought you a 2-bedroom flat. It's small but decent. There's water, power, and your daughters will have proper beds. Amina gasped. Her hands covered her mouth. Tears flowed freely. And one more thing. Your children are being moved to a better school. We've already paid the fees. Amina dropped to her knees, sobbing. Thank you, sir. May God bless you. I don't know how to say thank you enough. That evening, she cooked real food. Chicken, rice, stew. Her daughters laughed and danced around the clean kitchen. They sat together and ate like a real family for the first time in years. Mommy, this tastes like joy, her youngest said, licking her fingers. The next morning, a shiny black car pulled up to their former compound. The driver stepped out. Good morning, madam. Chief Dewar sent me. I've come to take you to your new home. The girls squealed. Amina's eyes filled again. They gathered their few things and left. At the new apartment, the girls ran from room to room. We have beds. Look, a gas cooker. And curtains. Amina stood in the middle of the living room. She closed her eyes. Thank you, God, she whispered. Thank you.
Her phone rang.
Take the day off, Chief Duru said kindly. Today is yours. Thank you, sir, she replied, wiping her eyes. She cooked again that morning. As her daughters watched, she held their little hands and said, Before we eat, let's say one more thank you to God. And they did. Final message. Amina didn't complain. She didn't steal. She didn't shout. She just worked and loved quietly. But someone saw her. And that made all the difference. If you can help someone, help them. The smallest kindness can be the biggest miracle in someone else's life.